Welcome back to hello, we're here for another episode. Welcome back to Here We Load, another episode of the Dare Show podcast, where I'm going to talk about stuff. So today, what did I want to talk about first? Oh, okay, let's talk about Monique. Monique. Oh my gosh. So Monique, went on the T.S. Madison Experience, which is T.S. Madison's new show on Fox Soul. I was like, wait, what is that show called? What is that station called? And she was talking, she gives us a little bit more new information. I think if people are tired of listening to Monique talk about her being blackballed, well, the reason why I think she's talking about it with T.S. Madison is because at the time, it was like 4 years ago, T.S. Madison was on a YouTube show with Kaya, the rapper. And they had this show, and Monique was supposed to be on, or Monique was on. I didn't watch it, but you heard about it and what for the ghetto-ness that went down. And stuff just like didn't work out that day. I think it was like a lot of technical difficulty, a lot of technical stuff that just went awry. And so that was sort of in the heat of when Monique was talking about her being blackballed by Hollywood and Tyler Perry being, what's the name? Tyler Perry being at the helm of this, and Oprah and Lee Daniels and all this other stuff. So she is talking about it again. Well, that at that time that got canceled, and so she's talking about it again with T.S. Madison on the T.S. Madison Experience, so she can get the whole deets about what's popping, locking, and dropping about Monique being blackballed. So Monique, she's being blackballed in a way. My thing, okay, so we all know Monique, says she was being blackballed. At the end of the day, Monique being blackballed is very confusing because she ultimately won the Oscar. The reason why, she didn't, the quote unquote reason why the original reason why she was being blackballed, because she wasn't working for money. I mean, she wanted to work, but they weren't going to pay her, which makes a lot of sense. We see, you know what? I can't even go into this, because we see about campaigning in, the Oscar world, how, it either goes well or it doesn't, either goes well, doing what you want, doing Monique wanted, by not campaigning for the Oscar, which she ultimately won in her favor in a way. I don't know. But then we see, Lady Gaga, and we see Jennifer Hudson, Hollering Hudson over here doing all this campaigning, and they don't get even nominated. They didn't even get nominated. So there's that on that. My thing is, Monique ultimately won the Oscar without having to campaign. So what does it matter? She won the Oscar, so why is she being blackballed? Why is she being blackballed? And I think it seemed like only one. Well, she said Oprah didn't speak up. She said Tyler Perry was originally the one who, well, not originally, it was the one who kind of went to this other director, being like, Monique is difficult to work with, her husband, this, and that. Everybody has a problem with Monique's husband. I don't know. I don't really care. Is he a reason why I don't know. I just don't want to be so negative, because I feel like everybody always has, it's a husband, it's this, it's that. We don't really know. And unless like deals aren't being, as her manager, deals aren't being done or being tarnished or something, I feel like We don't really know. So that's my ultimate question. Why is Monique still being blackballed, or why was she being blackballed in the first place when she ultimately won the Oscar? And she gave some really good Monique was like, I'm not working for free. You want me to go and campaign and go to all these festivals? Well, my life is different now. She was like, I'm on my third or second husband. Sorry, Monique. I'm on whatever number husband I'm on. I have kids. My first child, I wasn't really there. I was sort of like abandoned him for my career and abandoned, everybody for my career. Now, I have a good man. I have a husband. I have children, smaller children. I want to be present. I want to be a mother. I want to be, and if you're not going to pay me for spending time away from my family, then I ain't going, which makes a whole lot of sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. She wasn't talking like crazy. Then she also told, she also told, Monique is very smart. Monique is very, when it comes to money, Monique is hilarious. I love Monique. One thing I wish somebody would ask Monique is about the Parkers. The Parkers is like one of my top 5, top 10, top 7, top 8, top 10, top 9, top 6 favorite sitcoms. Okay, Everybody Hates Chris. That's a Raven. The Parkers. What else do I like? Okay, yeah, that's all I can think of right now. But um I wish somebody would ask Monique about the Parkers because there's so many, like, it's like what, 4 or 5 seasons of hilarity. I could watch the Parkers right now and crack the fuck up. And I've watched like all of the episodes when they came out on Netflix last year, a couple years ago, whenever. And I'm just like, I love Monique. I love the Parkers. Monique is hilarious. I want to know about behind the scenes of the Parkers. I want to know about what she thinks about Nikki Parker. Like, come on, why are people asking about the Parkers? Shit. Anyways, Monique and money. So she was talking to Tyler, and Tyler's like, if you do this campaign, if you win the Oscar, you will get like, I don't know, if you get nominated, you're gonna get like 1 to 2 to 4 million on your next role. But if you win the Oscar, you can get like 5 to 8 more million for your next role. And I feel like that was lower than what I've heard about, other, maybe because there was a supporting Oscar role. But anyways, and she's an Oscar winner. Like, come on, the Oscar winner. She's an Oscar winner for her acting, not for like, never mind. I'm not going to say that. She's an Oscar winner. Y'all don't like Monique? I love Monique. Okay, so anyways, she looks so beautiful. Her hair is always beautiful. She's always wearing some crazy, delicious outfits. She's always like, her makeup is. Monique is really. She does some slightly problematic things sometimes. Most of the time, Monique is very funny and very knowledgeable. But anyways, what was I saying? Money. So she's like, Tyler, I'm a black woman in Hollywood. You really think my next film is gonna be like $5 to $8 million? You see, I did this independent role, Precious, for $50,000. Like, okay, so yeah, like I said, that's my biggest question. Um, oh, and she told us that Tyler said he wanted her to apologize, but it was like, Tyler, I didn't do anything wrong. You did something wrong. So why am I apologizing? See, Tyler Perry makes Virgos look very bad, and I don't like that. So anyway, so Tyler Perry, yeah, he's not making us look very good. So the Netflix thing. Netflix, I believe Monique, and I believe she has the receipts between Netflix. I think Netflix really dropped the ball because I feel like a Netflix comedy special by Monique would have been fan fucking tastic, even still today. Like 5, 6 years ago, whenever this happened, it would have been amazing there. But even still today, I feel like they need to wake up, pay her, make it all better $500,000 is what they offered her to do a Netflix special, or it might have been less than that. But I think she said She said 500,000. And when everybody else is getting, Dave Chappelle did one comedy show and then he left. And now, he's a quote unquote legend in the game. And so now he is a legend and he's getting paid, a lot of money. Chris Rock is getting paid a lot of money. All these people are getting paid a lot of money. I don't think Cat Williams. I think Cat Williams was on like HBO or Showtime back like 10 years ago. Not like shading that, but I'm just saying, I think it was like 10 years ago. My memory corrects me. But anyways, 500,000, that's what it was. 500,000. I did not know that. Well, I think I knew that. But I'm just like 500,000. Everybody was getting, 12 and blankety blank million. And she's like, Netflix, the Netflix lawsuit is still going on. So I thought, the last thing I heard, it came to a settlement and it was sort of over because they were found. No, I don't think they were found guilty. I think they just settled out of court. That's what I guess you can't believe everything you read. My question is, and Samora, this is for you. The comedian Samora, a couple of years ago, she had I know she had a comedy special on Netflix. Either she had 2 comedy specials or she had 1 comedy special and then she hosted a comedy special. But it was her thing, right? So what are they paying? What are they paying these black women then? What are they paying Samora, who is pretty much a contemporary in Monique's? I mean, Samora ain't got no Oscar, but Samora is, a contemporary staple in the comedy, early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, comedy routine, comedy, whatever you want to call it, comedy life. And she's still working. Like, I follow her on Instagram. Samora's gorgeous. And she's, funny. That's why, I follow her. But Samora's still working. So I'm just like, how much did they pay Samora for her comedy stuff being on Netflix? How much are they paying Tiffany Haddish? It seems like every other year, every other month, Tiffany is coming out with, another she ready, he ready, whatever. And Tiffany Haddish is not even that funny, you guys. But anyways, how much are they paying for her? Because inquiry minds want to know, because it really doesn't make any sense. Like, did Samora just, sell herself out for pennies to get on Netflix? Or is Monique actually... Either way, Monique still has a problem because 500,000 when everybody was getting paid 12 million, and I'm an Oscar winner. Excuse me. Could it be me? Wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me. Should it be me? Shout out to the Clark sisters. What do I want to talk about next? So Darius Crooks. I'm going to quickly get into this. Darius Crooks, So this past week, what's her name? The Kitchenista did an interview with some people who were doxxed. Well, I didn't know what doxxed was, but it's a newer term. It's a, modern term where somebody posts your private information, phone number, name, address, social security, whatever, private information online in a malicious way. Now, we all know Darius Crooks, other people have been following him, other people that have been awake. We know he's been doing this for years. I didn't know it was an actual, word for it because I did speak to someone who was very close to him at one point, and he doxed her, and she found out who the people were, and I believe, if I remember, it was like last year it was like about a year ago, when I did the my podcast on Darius Crooks. Um, so she was doxxed. So, this doxing thing isn't new to him. He's been doing it because she said he did it, I think, in like the mid 2010s, whatever you call it, like 2015, 16, 17. I think he said he did it to her during that time. So he's been doing it, and I don't know what he gets out of doing this. But anyways, that is on my YouTube page. You can go check that out. It's crazy information. Sonny Anderson gets in it at the end. They're definitely like, if anybody knows, and please reach out to them if anybody knows anybody, or if you work at Facebook or Meta or Instagram or wherever. He's already down on Twitter. We're trying to get him down on Instagram. If anybody knows, please contact them, and please contact, report lives, report whatever you see. If you see something crazy, report it with Darius Crooks, because this is not his first time doxing. I believe it is illegal. One thing about the video, the people, the man and the woman, it was a little cringy at times. This is like, yeah, I'm gonna put my own number online, and it's like, okay, what does that do? And then maybe I have a different perspective of the police, but I'm like, if it's illegal, why don't you tell the police? At least make like a police report. What's her name? The kitchenista said, I didn't know he doxed the kitchenista. It sounds so crazy, the word doxed, but he doxed her last summer, I guess, when she was really going in on him, he doxed her, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Very surprising, but yeah, some of the parts were very cringy, but other than that, please let everybody know I'm still retweeting, the scammers of the world, Andrew Fraudwell in St. Louis. He has a disorderly conduct and a something else. I forgot. It's another charge on the 28th, which is, I believe, February. On the 20th of February, yes, which I believe is on Monday. He has that coming up in court. Andrew Caldwell is a quote unquote celebrity, and he's out here scamming people himself and lying, and it's an entertaining headache, but it's still a headache. It's a delusional. He's mentally ill. He's literally like mentally ill, you guys. I'm not even joking, but he's like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so I just, a little recap of what I came to find out about Darius Crooks. He was in like Dallas or somewhere, and he was hosting, one of his like Darius Crooks events. And so somehow, I guess he didn't have enough power, or the power went out or something for his like fry cooks. He's in an Airbnb, which he's not supposed to be. Somehow, he keeps getting other people, or he's getting through these loopholes of being in Airbnbs, when I believe he's been like banned for years now from Airbnb because of the destruction and the constant destruction in the houses he does. But yeah, the Airbnb, he's like calling the owner and like, hey, I need some more electricity. The power isn't really working. So he's unplugging and removing appliances, plugging his stuff up, claiming that, the electricity doesn't work. The owners are like, well, you can't do that. You need to not do that. And we're calling the police. So to come remove you. And it's just like, what the fuck? My thing all with the Darius Crooks, and I believe, the event got canceled, and I'm sure, the people did not get their money back. It's the little things of how you scam. Sonny Anderson, she was hilarious. She was like, this man is scamming like, $20 to $100. That tells you the mind of him. I was like, Sonny went in on him. Oh, that was told Sonny's. Sonny finally. I don't think not finally, but I think Sonny, has sort of been holding back sometimes about how she feels, and ultimately she was just saying, "I feel horrible that I took this enticing personality and a great smile and brought him into my realm as I was, branching out, branching new on the Food Network." And people remember. That's the crazy thing. People remember him from the Food Network. That was her thing. I've invited this man into my space, and he ended up being a scammer and a liar and a criminal. And I had no idea. And I saw any way that I could make it right with the people that have been wronged by him. Not necessarily saying, I am a part of this, but any way I can make it right, I want to. And that's Sonny's whole thing. And that's, admirable. And he has to stop. He really has to stop. What was I talking about? My whole thing ultimately with Darius Crooks is people want to, and I keep saying this, but I'm going to say it again. People want to support you. People do support you, and you still continue to fuck them over. Do you know, if I had a platform like his, how respectable I would want to be to my customers, to my consumers, how I want to build a great relationship with them, how I want to give them great products, give them great, content, fresh content. Do you know, that's like somebody's dream. You have it and you're taking advantage of it. It's disgusting. It's confusing, and it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. So, shout out to everybody who is on the Darius Crooks train. Shout out to everybody who's on the Andrew Fraudwell train. Yeah. So, the song of the week this week on the Desha podcast, where I talk about music. Here's a little music moment for you. Is Joan of Arc by Madonna. It's off her Rebel Heart album. Yeah, I really love this album. This album is probably one of my favorite albums in general, I guess, at the moment. But as far as Madonna, I think this is like a good album. I can just go 1, 2, 3. 1 to like 16, whatever, or 15. There's a couple songs I don't really care for. And I'm still discovering like new songs on it album, like, oh, this is a really great song. Madonna, there's a lot of things to say about Madonna. But Madonna, for you to say that Rebel Heart is not inspired by hip hop, girl, you get on my fucking nerves. Because half of these songs are very R&B hip hop-ish. But anyways, at the time, I think it was like 2015 this album came out. So, that whole like electronic hip hop and mixture was popping, and she just went into the moment with it. But Joan of Arc, the ballads on the songs are really great. Rebel Heart is a really good song. Messiah is a really great song. And then we have Joan of Arc. I think she was just talking about, I'm not as strong. I wish I could be as strong as Joan of Arc. Being in the spotlight, being, famous, it kind of hurts sometimes. And it chips away at my soul. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of feel you on that, Madonna. Sometimes I'm not as strong as I think I am. And things bother me. And it gets hurtful. So go listen to the song of Babylon. Even though I change. Joan of Arc, shout out to that. So, what do I want to talk about? Oh, Wendy Williams. I didn't think this was going to happen, but it's happening. Wendy is getting the fuck out of television. I don't know what to say. I think I kind of almost cried a little bit. Because Wendy was my favorite for years. She still is a great favorite. What's next for? Well, we all know, the Wendy show is great and all, but the real show and Wendy was like one of the few that like brought us back in like backstage and stuff, and from the beginning, like season one, I think season two was the after show, and when did she end the after show really? Oh no, she got to start. She took like a hiatus, I think, when she's in the midst of the divorce, and then it kind of came back. Yeah, it kind of came back last year, but then it just disappeared. Shout out to Tristan. Shout out to Morel. Shout out to Mimsor. Shout out to Willie. Willie was an intern in the fashion department, and then he ended up being her stylist on the show. Morel. Shout out to Antoine, who passed away so like suddenly for us. That's probably when really the shit was started to hit the fan, when Antoine passed away. She was wearing a turban every day. She's like, I don't have a wig. I don't have a stylist. She would call him Wig. Oh my gosh, the Wendy Williams show. Shakita, the wig. She would pass Shakita along. Ask Wendy is always my favorite part. The crying Wendy was always my favorite. Shout out to Dion on YouTube. Why don't you go look and see where Dion was? Is Dion back? But shout out to Dion on YouTube. He was always these compilation of videos of Wendy crying, or Wendy laughing, or Wendy and the Killer, Wendy and Food. Shout out to Wendy and Food. We love a good Wendy and Food moment. What else was our favorite on the Wendy show? The after show, going across the street. Did that whole like summer thing. Oh, Wendy would play into the summer, into her birthday. She go like across the street, go down the street, the she go to like the View. Let's go in my car. Let's go shopping. Let's just talk. Just talk. In her dressing room, the pre-shows. Her bodyguards. What else? The earlier shows, what the hell is that? Oh my goodness. That switch, right? That switch when she went from that small stage with, I think her name was Deborah, or started with a D. Her stylist. That was her first stylist. Morel was with her from the beginning. Antoine was with her from the beginning. The woman hairdresser, I forget her name. Oh, Jasmine. I think Jasmine was still with her. I think. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to the Wendy Williams show. A lot of speculation had happened, and I was not believing anything until I heard it from, a reputable source. But it's over. Sherry's coming in. I don't really care. I don't think I've watched, I think I just watched, I watched this is the first clip I saw, since Wendy's been gone with, what's his name? Telfar. That kooky crazy man and that kooky crazy fashion he be designing. That was a lot. What's his name? Like Telfar Clemmings or something like that. But anyways, I haven't watched it since she's been left, and I don't think I watched it when the last couple like episodes, season, months when she was on, because when it was acting like crazy, and I was just like, girl, what the hell is going on? And it's unfortunate. She did make her own Instagram account, which I guess makes sense now. She made her like personal Instagram account. Her father's birthday was this past week. I think he turned 91. Shout out to Mr. Tom Williams. And she posted this video, which I guess was old at this point, because she did talk. She was talking like she was walking in the sand kind of fast, and I'm like, Wendy has lymphedema, and that affects your legs. But I'm not sure. I don't know. And there were some things in the video. She's talking about she was 56, but her mother's been dead for like a couple years now. Yeah, her mother's been dead for like a couple years now. So for her to be 56, she's saying she's 56 in the video, and in the video she's like, I'm in Miami with my mother, father, sister, everybody's here. Also, I think Wendy is still mourning her mother. I can say that. I believe she's still mourning her mother. If that video is recent. And she did say, she's like, her mother's on vacation in her mind. Okay, I'm not going there because it's really sad. But anyways, I don't know. She did post on her personal account saying that the statement that the publicist man made, nobody asked him to do it. And that, wait, what did she say? Because it was kind of funny. It was very alarming too. Like, wait, what's really going on here? Mr. Bragman, although I appreciate your concerns and respect you immensely, I have not authorized you to make any statements on my behalf regarding my current status with Denmark Mercury. Again, thank you for continuing concern and support. So I kind of feel like, in a way, she didn't want to go. But then also, there's this other thing that said, wait, was this recent? I think it was recent. Oh, Denmark Mercury said she understands why this decision has been. Wait. Oh, no. This is the original statement. She understands that why this decision has been made from a business point of view. And she has been assured by Denmark Mercury that should her health get to a point where she can host again, and she has the desire be that she hosts again, that she would be back on TV at that time. That's also the thing. Does she want to keep doing? Wendy is talking and is speculating a whole lot. But as we know now, that's the annoying thing. I can see her doing, being continuous silence. I'm sure Wendy is great with money. The divorce probably kicked her in the face a little bit. Kicked her in the bank account a little bit. I don't know. But the show is ending. Shout out to the show. I'm going to have to go watch some show moments and crack up. And the beginning shows were hilarious. The first, that sneak peek with the bang. She had that bang and she had the big wigs. And she pulled the notes out of her Brazil, whatever you call it. Those are funny moments. Those were really good. The little her show just grew from the little TV screen to the big media screens. Like, oh, Wendy. Yeah. What's next for Wendy? I don't know. People keep talking about she should do a podcast or she should do this or she should do that. And I'm like, do I want Wendy on a podcast? I don't know. Her thoughts about stuff is very interesting. I'm more interested in Wendy Williams and her cookie craziness more than I'm interested in her thoughts on Kim and Kanye. Which, I think she said, they were going to last, which they aren't lasting. So she does have a touch on pop culture and an insight, an intuition on pop culture, which is fascinating and interesting and always relevant. What's next? I don't know. Shout out to Wendy. So, last week I was supposed to say, where the Oh, no. It was supposed to happen on Friday. I think I said I was excited for the tiny desk. Did I write it down? I don't think I wrote it down last week to remind you guys. But Patty's tiny desk was supposed to happen on Friday. And Friday came, and I was like, where? Excuse me, NPR. Where is my Patty LaBelle tiny desk? And then it comes. So it came this morning. I guess it came at like 12 or something. It came out this morning and it was really good. It's still online. Go check it out. It's online. It's for the Black History Month thing. She opened up. Okay, wait. Patty looked so effing delicious. Patty looked so good. She had this like black and white print top on with like some black leggings and then black shoes, like black little boots. And then she had her, her really good black hair. Patty looked so delicious. They opened up the little acapella moment, or not acapella, a little jazz background moment. And I think they had just taped this because I believe she was in Austin. Maybe they had to like put it together because she was just in like Texas last week or something. And it said it was in Austin. So it was just taped. And it was really great. It was really great. I was expecting some songs, but I wasn't expecting, like I said, I didn't want to hear If Only You Knew. I didn't want to hear Rainbow. Because I'm like, Patty's catalog is such vast, and she has great hits other than those songs. And they really highlighted different songs that were really great. They did Something Special, which she has been doing in her recent shows, from the Winter and You album. Still sounds great. It's even great with like the backgrounds and the different harmonies you can bring to it. But shout out to the original with the Sweeties back in the day. That shit is just fantastic. Something special is gonna happen tonight. Oh, that's a really good song. Then she went into Love, Need, and Want You, and still great. And then she went into If Only You Know. And for research purposes, I watched it. I listened to it. It was still great. And then, thank God, she didn't do Rainbow. And she ended off with Lady Marmalade, where she did the whole song. She hasn't done the whole song in decades. She did it's the third verse that she really doesn't do a lot. Shout out to Sarah Dash. But she doesn't really do the third verse a lot. And she did the third verse, which was very surprising, very, very cute, very fun. She looked great. The energy was great. I want to say this really quick and then I'm going to go because, Patty isn't in her full voice. I think she has taken a break from singing. She's working on something. She posted something last night with Romeo and Master P. Is that his name? P. Miller? Whatever. Romeo's father. She's like taking a break on set, hanging out with these two dudes. And I'm like, what y'all doing? And I tried to look and see what they were doing on their own Instagram accounts. I couldn't find anything. And I'm like, on set where? What you doing? But anyway. When you don't use your voice, you lose it. And she didn't seem 100% comfortable singing. Like, I'm aware of what Patty looks like when she's comfortable singing and free singing. And, the last couple of shows I've seen, they were, she's having a moment to hit the note. But the note still sounded great, but I just hate it when, these breaks happen and I don't think, Patty doesn't sing around. I don't think Patty, is just singing for fun. And like I said, when you don't use it, you lose it. That's the only thing. I just wish it was a little bit more freer and she was a little bit more comfortable. I think her eyes were closed for like most of for like 14 minutes out of the 15 minutes. And, it was okay. I mean, it was great, but But shout out to Patty. We still love you. And she looked great. She looked fucking amazing. I think that's it for the Dare Show podcast this week. I want to thank you for listening. I want to tell you there's so many more reviews and podcasts on Anchor, on Apple Music, on Spotify, not Apple Music, Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Google Play. I forgot the other ones that was on. But it's on YouTube also. My Instagram is MyLoveMoneyTonight. MyLoveMoneyTonight. Shout out to Janet the Jackson. And on that note, I think I'm out of here. Thank you. Thank you for listening.